My name is Raze Chaos. You have made it back to my channel, and this is not the video Raze intended on putting out this today. No, originally, Raze was planning a trip to go back up to Chicago to go to the Oddities and Curiosities convention, but
it had nothing to offer me.
No, that's not what happened at all. What actually happened is Raze got COVID, and it was literally less than 12 hours before he was supposed to get on the train. We went ahead and did a safeguard test because thought I had the flu. Then the little test said differently, and didn't want to infect my Chicago people. Did not want to infect the Oddities people. And didn't want to infect some of my friends that are basically vendors that were going to show up there. Which is disappointing because I was looking forward to seeing who was there. Obviously wasn't looking forward to the ones that weren't going to be there, but hey, you know how it goes. But, so, yeah, Raze went ahead and stuck it out at home, went through that ordeal, and, yeah, Raze has never existed before where he couldn't taste anything. And that was not something he wants to go through again. And yes, that was the worst of my issues. Never ran a fever. Congestion and all that fun stuff never got so bad that I couldn't dull it with some Dayquil. But Raze has been shot up with plenty of the vaccine and the boosters and everything, and thankfully he was feeling better before his doctor even called him back, which took longer than it should have. But that left Raze with a problem as for what he was going to do. So Raze pulled back because Raze has got a lot of stuff to make videos on, and he decided that he'd go ahead and show off one of his latest acquisitions. Bit of a departure, because it's not Funko. But it goes back to something very near and dear to my heart. And that would be Brainiac and the Skull Ship from the Superpowers line that Todd McFarlane has revamped. I know I've talked about the Superpowers line a couple times because, that is easily my favorite toy line of all time. I remember getting them when they first came out and used to, I mean, not only was that like a big must-have, getting as many of them as I could, but it wasn't even just about getting all the characters that I knew of. It was also about learning about the other characters that they released. So, being as how one of the first comic books Raze remembers actually reading is Crisis on Infinite Earths, which had, all the multiverses coming together. Given that, plus the Superpowers line of toys, kept Raze being a pretty solid DC fan for the rest of his days. And it also gave me a undying love for George Perez, who Raze has met twice before his passing. And like George Perez, who was actually really famous for doing artwork that basically combined as many characters as he possibly could. He loved drawing big spreads of large amounts of superheroes all teaming up together or grouping together and everything. And I think, you know, being drawn to him the way I was, that kind of leaked into me. So if I got one of his stories, or if I got some bit of artwork of his where he had a large cluster of characters together, wasn't satisfied until I knew who they all were and looked them all up, read about them, and this is all in the days before the internet. So yeah, that was a lifelong addiction that has yet to die. But this all ties together because we are actually going to talk about Brainiac and his skull ship. Brainiac, of course, is one of Superman's old guard villains of long ago.
My point of origin was 1,000 light years removed from Mars on the planet Kolu. I am Brainiac.
Okay, that was dramatic. We're gonna go ahead and put this guy away, and we're gonna have a close look at this. And Raze is more than likely going to take this guy out. And here we've got him. We've got Brainiac. We've got this is him in one of his original looks. Brainiac is a character. He's one of he would easily be on the Mount Rushmore as far as Superman villains go. He for one thing, the term Brainiac, which if I ask you what a Brainiac is, you tend to think about somebody who's really brainy, somebody who you know, really smart, likes to show off how smart he is, a lot of times kind of cocky about it, or just somebody who really loves to learn and you know, just throws himself into learning everything he can. It's generally technical or scientific in nature. And what a lot of people don't realize is he was not called Brainiac because that's how he was. The term Brainiac came from this character. It had not existed until they put him out in the comics. Did not exist until he came out in comics way back in 1958. Was it 58? Yeah, it's 58. 58-ish, I want to say. I don't want to say that I know exactly, but yeah, he was definitely one of the first big supervillains. Well, technically not really. When Brainiac did come out, he only just kind of showed up, introduced himself. They didn't even give him an origin, really. They just kind of came out, and the one thing that stuck with him on his first appearance and everything is that it was discovered that he had actually shrunk a Kryptonian city of Kandor. And had it as his collection because Brainiac really isn't so much of a conqueror of worlds. I mean, he is, but at the same time, his motivation is...
I am no petty despot. I collect worlds, preserving their essential knowledge to enhance my intellect. And then I discard the remnants.
yes, that. He basically collects all the knowledge he can and keeps it for himself, and essentially that's what he's programmed to do. He is a computer. And I did a whole video on this when I got the Brainiac Funko Pop. So if you want to go ahead and check that out, I will put the pin up there or tag it somewhere in this video. I don't remember exactly how to do that. But yeah, so it's hard to kind of like think of. I probably should have watched that video before I started this video, because I don't really want to be just go on and on about the same thing and everything, but we'll see.
You will see nothing. You are nothing. A specimen to dissect, a genus to analyze.
God, you're rude. But yes, in his first story, it was revealed that he'd stolen the city of Kandor, which he kept as a specimen. He shrunk down, and that's why he is referred to as the collector of worlds, because in a lot of cases, a lot of the worlds don't exist anymore, and he has the last living members of that world kept as specimens. When he's got the last of that knowledge of that planet, then he's absolutely happy. It would be almost humanitarian, except he doesn't do it because people want this preserved. He does it because he took it, and then the world either met with its own destruction or he did the destructing. Yeah, I don't want to go too much into don't want to dive too deep into this, because like I said, I've already done a Brainiac video, and honestly, I don't even know that I would have gotten this Brainiac figure except for the fact that they had Brainiac's ship. Yes, this is the design that came out in 1983. As a matter of fact, the original Superpowers Brainiac was the robotic version of this, which would absolutely complement this. And it was such a great design that essentially it's the one that's always been Brainiac's ship after that. Yeah, I mean, it's very recognizable, very iconic as far as the comic books go. And yeah, wish I had the original Brainiac to keep with this, but this is the Brainiac I have. They have another one. They have another version of this, of the ship and the figure and everything, that are more color coordinated, with a lot more green to it. And honestly, if I get the opportunity, I'm not even going to pretend like I'm not going to do it, because I can't even pretend like Raze isn't going to be interested in action figures the way he used to. Well, not to the extent that he used to, because he used to have a large collection of DC Direct that he trimmed down because it was just getting out of control, and kind of shifted to Funko Pops. But they don't seem to be coming out with DC stuff as much as I would like, so I might have to supplement it a little bit more with some more action figures. But of course you'll know, because you'll see it on the channel. But yeah, I am dying to get this out, because this was one piece out of the original line we never got to get. And yeah, once I saw that this was available, I had to go with this. And here we go. We've got pieces. Oh, goodness. How much assembly is going to be required here? Okay. Then when I was a kid, they used to put instructions in this crap. Oh, well. I guess it's on the bottom of the box. And it's just the tentacles. It's just the tendrils on the bottom. So we'll go ahead and keep going with this. And we'll see how this works. Looks like they're all pretty much the same, so this might get... There we have it. We have got him. We've got him. He's got his Krypton. Got this ship. This ship looks amazing. I mean, it's not as impressive as a full-size Brainiac ship, but just the fact that you've got his visage across the front of it, yeah, definitely. This one will definitely be one that if I get the signature version, whatever they call it, the green and purple version, we'll definitely be getting that. And yes, his tendrils do move, so that is an absolute bonus. This is absolutely awesome. I love this. Not even the biggest Superman fan, but like some of my favorite stories as far as Brainiac goes, actually, well, Superman stories ago, Brainiac tends to be the thing. It's just the whole brain versus brawn and everything. So, whew. This is exciting. This was fun. And, yeah, looks like you may have to be keeping track of some more of the superpowers line, because Raze is most likely going to get more. Because when it comes to getting, when I see something that I absolutely must have, then you know that I'm going to go for it.
Creative, but insufficient. Decrease shield refresh interval to 10 picoseconds.
So, yeah, if you've seen a couple of cuts going on in this video, it's just because Raze still has a little touch in his throat, so he did have to pop a couple coughs out of there. But at any rate, I do hope you've enjoyed this video.
I found it redundant.
Seriously, nobody asked you. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a like if you've enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about Brainiac and his amazing, awesome ship that, yeah, had to pull out all the stops to get this bad boy because, yeah, this is just too cool. And the fact that I actually have a little kryptonite. This is kryptonite. I thought, okay, so, yeah, Raze doesn't have the bottle city of Kandor. He has a sample of kryptonite, which is pretty freaking obvious. I don't know why I thought I had a bottle city of Kandor. That's stupid. The COVID has gotten into my brain and it's messed with things. Don't take it lightly. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here now. God, between this and the Mandalorian video, I don't even know what the heck I'm doing anymore. Please give me a like on this video, because how often do you get to see somebody fall apart in videos on a regular basis like I have been? But I look forward to being back. I hope you have a great day, and never forget, the life is full of odd moments. You never know when you're going to be defined.
You were almost ready to, though.
I know.